Uh, okay, for the topic, our topic is about reciprocating pumps. So, reciprocating pumps, kita nyo dito sa pictures. Andyan yung mga pump parts niya. So, a reciprocating pump works on the principle of a reversing piston motion within a cylinder, drawing in liquid during forward stroke and delivering it under pressure during backward stroke. Introduction. There are two main types of pumps, namely the dynamic and the positive displacement pump. Dynamic pump consists of centrifugal, axial, and mixed flow pump. In these cases, pressure is developed by the dynamic action of the impeller on the fluid. Momentum is imparted to the dynamic action. So this type was discussed na sa last topic. Positive displacement pump, as shown, consists of reciprocating and rotating rotary types. This type of pump are discussed in this chapter or topic. In this type, a certain volume of fluid is taken in an enclosed volume, like this one, and then it is forced out against pressure to the required application. Dito. Description and working principles, kulang lang. The main components are one, cylinder with suitable valves. Yung mga valves, delivery valves, inlet valves, put valves dito, connecting rod, and air vessel. So ito yung air vessel, ito yung expansion, contraction. Two, plunger or piston with piston ring. Yan. Piston ring dito, para walang leak. Reconnecting rod and crank mechanism. So connecting rod and crank mechanism. Remember your machine elements. For suction pipe with one-way valve. Dito, suction pipe. Ang one-way valve niya is yung foot valve. Delivery pipe. Ito, discharge. Air vessel to reduce flow fluctuation and reduction of acceleration head and friction head. So, diagrammatic sketch is shown in figure 1. The action is similar to that of reciprocating engine. As the crank moves outward, the piston moves out, creating suction in the cylinder. Due to the suction, water fluid is drawn into the cylinder, napasok doon, to the inlet valve. The delivery valve will be closed during this outward stroke. During this return stroke, pagbalik niya, as the fluid is incompressible, pressure will develop immediately, which opens the delivery valve or discharge valve and closes the inlet valve. During the return stroke, fluid will be forced out of the cylinder against the delivery side pressure. The functions of the air vessels, parang wrong grammar, will be discussed in the later section. So the volume delivered per stroke will be the product of piston area times the stroke length. Pamilya na kayo dyan. In a single acting type of pump, there will be only one delivery per stroke per revolution. One side lang. So suction takes place during half revolution and delivery takes place during the other half. Ikot niya, di ba? As the piston speed is not uniform, crank speed is uniform. Kasi yung piston is linear. Okay? The discharge will vary with the position of the crank. So, as shown in figure 2, discharge variation, rate of discharge. Yeah. In a single acting pump, the flow will be fluctuating because of this operation. Fluctuation can be reduced to some extent by double acting pump or multi-cylinder pump kasi nababalance niya. The diagrammatic sketch of a double acting pump is shown in figure 3. So both sides may laman. Okay. So So in this case, the piston cannot be connected directly with the connecting rod. A gland and packing and piston rod and crosshead and guide are additional component. There will be nearly double the discharge per revolution as compared to single acting pump kasi dalawa na yung volume niya. When one side of the piston is under suction, the other side will be delivering the fluid under pressure. As can be noted, the construction is more complex. Next, the flow rate and power. The theoretical flow rate per second for single acting pump is given by Q is A is equal to LEN over 60 cubic meter per second. Kasi yung where L is the length of the stroke, A is the cylinder or piston area, and N is the revolution per minute. Yan yung dahilan kung bakit meron tayong 60 kasi cubic meter per second ang labas mo galing sa RPM, minutes. Okay? So, noon din maglagay ng second ng units sa ano yan, sa 60. Okay? Kung maglalagay ng units, that is 60 seconds per minute. Okay, maglalagay ng units sa 60 na seconds lang. Ha? So, mali yan. Huwag na lang kayong maglagay. Kasi minsan yung iba maglalagay 60 seconds. So, mali yan. 60 seconds per minute is correct or 60 lang, correct na rin. It is desirable to express the same in terms of crank radius and the angular velocity as simple harmonic motion is assumed. So omega or W is 2 pi n over 60 and is 60 W over 2 pi from this formula. So R is equal to L over 2. Diba? Yung length of cylinder stroke divided by 2 is the radius of crank. QSA is equal to 2 RA times 60 W over 2 pi times 60 is equal to A W or omega R over pi cubic meter per second. Ito yung result niya. Substitute mo lang to dito. Now, in double acting pump, the flow will be nearly twice this value. If the piston rod area is taken into account, then QDA is equal to LEN over 60 times L times A minus APR, area of piston rod cross-section, times N over 60, then cubic meter per second. So, again, yung mga equation number. Compared to the piston area, the piston rod is very small and neglecting this will lead to an error less than 1%. So, QDA is equal to LAN over 60 plus 2A WR over pi cubic meter per second. For multi-cylinder pump, this expression, equation 1, 2, 3, 4, are to be multiplied by the number of cylinder. Oops, this is equal, hindi plus. Okay, ayan natin. Push. So, yan. Equation 4, this is equal sign. So, QDA is equal to 2 LAN over 60 is 2A omega R over pi. Ito yan. Equal. Okay. Next is slip. Slip kasi may nag-ano siya, may velocity. There can be leakage along the valve, piston rings, gland, and packing, which will reduce the discharge to some extent. So this accounted for by the term slip. Yung reduction yan. Percentage of slip is QTH minus QAC over QTH times 100%. Where QTH is the theoretical discharge given by equation 1 and 2, and QAC is the measured discharge actual. The coefficient of discharge CD is equal to QAC over QTH. Theoretical power now is mg times SS plus SD times in watts. Okay, hindi yan times W, in watts. Okay, ano? MGH8. Okay, correct. That this is mg times SS plus SD in watts. Okay, so it has been found in some cases that QAC is greater than QTH due to operating conditions. In this case, this slip is negative slip. When the delivery pipe is too short or the delivery head is small or discharge head, delivery means discharge, is small and the accelerating head in the suction side is high, the delivery valve is found to open before the end of the suction stroke and the water passes directly into the delivery pipe. Such a situation leads to negative slip. Then theoretical power is equal to mg times SS plus SS times W. Oops, parehas. Okay, nakopya lang siguro. So, M is equal to, is given to by Q times rho. Okay? So, ayusin natin to. So, yun. M is given by Q times the rho o yung density. Ah. So, the mass times the density. Yung Q dito, pag theoretical power, yung Q is equal to QQTH. Pag actual power, so multiply mo siya ng CD o yung 1 minus slip. Oh, wait lang. Yan. So, example number 1. A single acting reciprocating pump has a bore of 200 mm and a stroke of 350 mm and runs at 45 RPM. The suction head is 8 meters. And the delivery head is 20 meters. Delivery means discharge head. Determine the theoretical discharge of water and the power required. If the slip is 10%, what is the actual flow rate? So given, so bore is D is equal to 200 mm or 0.2 meters. Stroke is L is 350 mm or 0.35. N is equal to 45 RPM. HS is 8 meters. SD is 20 meters. Slip is 10% or 0.1. Required theoretical discharge, QTH. Power required, actual flow rate, UAC. So theoretical volume, solution, QTH equal to LEN over 60 is equal to 0.35 times pi over 4 times 0.2 squared times 45. So Q is equal to 8.247 times 10 exponent negative 3 cubic meter per second times 8.247 liters per second. So the power is mg times SS plus SD is equal to 1 minus 0.1 times 8.247 times 9.81 times 20 plus 8. Oops. Okay, wait. Tara, may mali sa ano to. Power required dapat. Hindi pa siya bawas. Okay, yan natin Okay, so Balikan natin tong power is equal to mg times ss plus sd is equal to 8.247 times 9.81 times 20 plus 8 is 2265 watts. This is the correct kasi yung power mo dito is power input. So, theoretical na gamitin mo yung higher power input tayo. Pag ginamit mo yung actual flow rate, ito, ang makuha mo is power output. Actual power output. Ang record natin is the power input. So actual flow rate is sleep is QTH minus QAH over QTH. 0.1 is 8.247 minus QAH over 8.247. Double yata. So QEC is equal to 7.422 liters per second. So ito yung required na actual flow rate. Yung discharge. So now the actual power will be higher than this value dito due to both solid and fluid friction. Meaning, actual power input mas mataas kasi dyan mo bibase yung motor. After ng motor, siyempre may mga losses pa yan sa shafting. So, bababa yun. So, magiging critical mo. So, sa example yata to, pero yun ang mali niya doon. Kasi power, ano siya eh, power input. Example sa book. Next, example number 2. A double acting reciprocating pump has a bore of 150 mm and a stroke of 250 mm and runs at 35 RPM. The piston rod diameter is 20 mm, the suction head is 6.5 meters, and the delivery head or discharge head, other reference, other books, is 14.5 meters. The discharge of water was 4.7 liters per second. Determine the slip and the power required. Given bore D is 150 mm or 0.15 meters, stroke L is 250 mm or 0.25 meters, and is 35 RPM. Piston rod diameter is 20 mm is equal to 0.02 meters. SS 6.5 meters, HD is equal to 14.5 meters, QAC is equal to 4.7 liters per second. Require the slip and the power required. Solution. So this is a double acting. So QDA is equal to LEN over 60 plus L times A minus APR over 60 times N. Since given yung piston na diameter, so consider mo yung sa equation. So equation mo na. So QDA is equal to LN over 60 times A plus minus APR. Or pag substitute pala, ito rin ginamit. Sige, sige. So QD is equal to 0.25 times 35 over 60 times pi times 0.15 squared. Yung area is pi d squared over 4. And then plus pi times 0.15 squared minus 0.02 squared minus piston rod diameter over 4. So QD is equal to 5.108 times 10 negative 3 cubic meter per second is 5.108 liters per second. In kilograms per second, this is 5.108 kilograms per second. So ito na yung mass mo. Okay? So hindi lang napalitan yung symbols. Okay, so pwede nyo sa palitan mg. If the piston rod area is not taken into account, QD is equal to 5.154 kilogram per second. This is a mass equivalent hindi sa, kasi Q is flow rate. Mass equivalent. Talagang libro yun. So sa example kasi ito yan mga error doon. An error of 0.9% rather negligible. So sleep is QTS minus QAH over QTS times 100%. So sleep is equal to 5.108 minus 4.7 over 5.108 times 100% is 7.99%. So ito yung answer. Okay? Sa mga books kasi reviewin nyo rin yung mga example nila. So the power is equal to mg times hs plus hd. Okay. Is equal to 5.108 times 9.81 times 6.5 plus 14.5 ginamit kasi 5.108 kasi ito yung given. Is 1053 watts. So the actual power input will be higher than this value due to mechanical and fluid friction. So, may error tayo na. So, yeah. HD. Pinalitan ko lang kasi para pag review nyo, tama. Next, indicator diagram. So the pressure variation in the cylinder during a cycle consisting of one revolution of the crank when represented in a diagram is termed as indicator diagram. The same is shown in figure 4. So andyan yung HT, atmospheric pressure, plus what G? HD is equal to delivery pressure or discharge pressure, and SS is the suction pressure. Suction is below atmosphere kadalasan. So figure represents an ideal diagram assuming no other effects are involved except the suction and delivery pressure. Modification due to other effects will be discussed later. So point 1 represent the condition as the piston has just started moving during suction. So 1 to 2 represent the suction stroke, and the pressure in the cylinder is the suction pressure below the atmospheric pressure. So, di pa siya nag-increase. Suction siya. Papasok pa lang. Point 3 represent the condition just as the piston has started moving when the pressure increases to the delivery pressure. So, nag-move na siya, compress siya. Along 3 to 4, representing the delivery stroke, the pressure remains constant. So, discharge na siya. The area enclosed represent the work done during a crank revolution to some scale. So, siyempre yung scale mo. Para makuha mo yung area, susukatan mo lang siya. So, power is equal to Q rho G times SS plus SD is equal to rho G LEN times SS plus SD over 60. Take note, ang rho mo dyan, ang unit is kilogram per cubic meter or slugs per cubic foot. Okay? Pag rho G or gamma, equivalent sa gamma, weight density, that is pounds per cubic foot or newtons per cubic meter. Next is the acceleration head. So, kailangan to sa actual ng performance ng reciprocating pump. The piston and the reciprocating pump has to move from rest when it starts the suction stroke. Accelerate. Hence, it has to accelerate. The water in the suction pipe, which is also not flowing at this point, has to be accelerated. So such acceleration results in a force when divided by area result as pressure. When the piston passes the midpoint, the velocity gets reduced, and so there is retardation of the piston together with the water in the cylinder and the pipe. Daming animation. This again results in pressure. So the pressure are called, these pressures are called acceleration pressure and is noted as head of fluid as S equal to P over rho G for convenience. Referring to figure 5 shown below, the following equation are, so let omega as the angular velocity, then at time t, the angle traveled theta is the omega t. So distance x equal to r minus r cosine theta, or r minus r, parehas lang. Okay, so this velocity at this point is v is equal to dx over dt is equal to rho w sine wt. Now, the acceleration at this point is x double dot, di ba? Is equal to dv over dt is equal to omega squared r cosine omega t. So this is the acceleration in the cylinder of area A. The acceleration in the pipe of area A is A over A, since equal siya na omega squared r cosine wt. So this is in the pipe. So acceleration force is equal to mass times acceleration. So the mass in the pipe is rho AL is equal to gamma AL. Kinukuha natin yung sa pipe pa. So acceleration on force is gamma AL over G times A over E omega squared r cosine of omega t. Now, the pressure is equal to force over area, so is equal to acceleration force gamma E L over G times A over A gamma omega squared R cosine of omega T over A. So this is pressure is gamma L over A times A over A plus omega squared R cosine theta. Head now is pressure over gamma. So S is equal to acceleration head is L over G times A over G A omega squared R cosine theta. Okay. Note that gamma over D is rho. Yan. Ito, di ba? So this head is imposed on the piston in addition to the static head at that condition. So dadagdag niya siya. This result in the modification of the indicator diagram as shown in figure 6. So beginning of suction stroke, dito, theta is equal to 0, cosine theta is 1. Di ba? Cosine 0. So SES is LS over G times A over ES omega squared R. This is over and above the static suction head. Hence, the pressure is indicated by 1' in the diagram. So middle of the stroke, theta is equal to 0. So at 90 is SAS is equal to 0. So there is no additional acceleration. Dito. So at the end of the stroke, theta is 180 degrees. Cosine theta is -1. So SAS is equal to negative LSG times E over ES omega squared R. Ito. Pag na siya dyan, ito na lang natira mo. Kaya negative ang tataas. This reduces the suction head. Hence, the pressure is indicated at 2' in the diagram. Yan. Ito positive yung SCS dito, negative sa value. Yan. Kasi mag-a-add nga siya ng mag-a-add. So dito, mag-a-add ka. So magiging, dito magle-less yung ano. So ito na lang ang magiging equivalent natin. Sabi natin equivalent HES. So this is HS minus HES. Ito HS plus HES. Dito sa middle, so wala. So similarly, during the beginning of the delivery stroke sa 3, cos theta is equal to 0, so cosine theta is 1. So HAD is equal to L over D, G times A over AD omega squared. So this head is over and above the static delivery pressure. So the pressure is indicated by 3' in the diagram. At the middle stroke, HAD is 0. And at the end of the stroke, HAD is equal to LD over G times negative. Yan. So dito siya nag-start. So magiging lilipat sa kabilang line, kabila ng line, so negative. So yan. Ito na ang HD minus HAD mo. Yan. Ito. Now, the effect of acceleration head are 1. No change in the work done. 2. Suction head is reduced. This lead to the problem of separation in suction pipe in case the pressure at 1' is around 2.5 meters of head absolute, as the value depends on W, which is directly related to the speed. O yung W is the mass flow rate then. The speed of operation of the speed of operation of reciprocating pump is limited. Later, it will be shown that the installation of air vessel alleviate this problem. Sample number 3. A single acting reciprocating pump of 200 mm bore and 300 mm stroke runs at 30 RPM. The suction head is 4 meters and the lever head is 15 meters. Considering acceleration, determine the pressure in the cylinder at the beginning and end of suction and delivery stroke. Take the values of atmospheric pressure as 10.3 meters of water head. Take note, atmospheric pressure. This is equivalent to 14.7 psi or 101.325 kilopascal. This is in meters of water head. The length of suction pipe is 8 meters and that of delivery pipe is 20 meters. So the pipe diameters are 120 mm each. Discharge and delivery pipe and suction pipe. Given LS is 8 meters, LD 20 meters, piston diameter D is 200 mm or 0.2 meters. So, capital D ang piston natin na. So, pipe diameter DS equal to 120 mm. So, or 0.12 meters. So, stroke is L is equal to 300 mm is equal to 0.3 meters. HS 4 meters, HD is 15 meters, H atmospheric is 10.3 meters. So, wait. So, okay. So, change ko lang to. DD is equal to 120 or 0.12 meters. Required pressure in the cylinder at the beginning and end of suction stroke. Pressure in the cylinder at the beginning and end of delivery stroke. So, acceleration head on the suction side, solution. SES equal to LS over G times A over ES W squared R. A piston area, ES pipe area, R is equal to L over 2. So A over ES is pi D over 4D squared over pi over 4DS squared. So A over ES is equal to 0.2 squared over 0.12 squared. Cancel naman yung pi over 4 is 2.78. So omega is 2 pi r over 60. Substitute HES equal to 8 over 9.81. This is 8 meters times 2.78 times 2 pi times 30 over 60. Yan. The squared times 0.15 is 3.35 meters. Okay? So, sa English units, ingat na lang kayo sa mga conversion. Mm. Wait, yung next slide. Ba yun, naghahang lang. Okay, so at the start of suction, HBS is equal to HATM atmospheric minus HS minus HAS. Is equal to 10.3 minus 4 plus minus 3.35 is equal to 2.95 meters. Check mo yung mga given natin. Absolute or 7.35. Ayan. Okay, press ano lang naman to. Press recording. Okay, oops. So yan, or 7.35 meters vacuum. Paano yan? 10.3 as 7.95 minus 10.3 is negative 7.35 meters. So this negative yon. So ang tawagin natin siyang vacuum o 7.35 meters vacuum. So at the end of the stroke, HES is equal to H8 atmospheric minus SS plus HES equal to 10.3 minus 0.4 plus 3.35 is 9.65 meters absolute, or 9.65 minus 10.3 is 0.65 meters negative yon. So kaya magiging 0.65 meters vacuum. So next, SAD sa ano yun, sa suction side. Sa discharge naman, SAD is equal to LD over G times A over AD omega squared R. So A over AD is equal to 0.2 squared over 0.12 squared is 2.78 meters. 2.78. SAD now is 20. Ang LD mo is 20. Divided by 9.81 times 2.78 times 2 pi 30 over 60 squared times 0.15 is 8.38 meters. Now, at the starting of delivery, okay. At the start of delivery, SBD is equal to SATM plus SD plus SAD is equal to 10.3 plus 15 plus 8.38 is 33.68 meters absolute minus 10.3 mo, magiging 23.38 meter gauge. Hindi sa vacuum. At the end of delivery, SED is equal to SATM plus SD minus SAD is equal to 10.3 plus 15 minus 8.38 is 16.92 meters absolute or 6.62 meter gauge. Okay? Reminder, dito, SS is minus, dito SD is positive. Yan. Kasi pag kinuha mo yung difference ng dalawa, magto-total yung SS plus SD. This applies for both single-acting and double-acting pump. Then minimum speed of rotation of crank. So may animation to. So during the suction stroke, the head at the suction side is given by H is equal to H, ATM minus SS minus HAS. Yan. So sa suction side, in case this head is below 2.5 meters of head of water, water may vaporize at this point and the flow will be disrupted, causing separation in the liquid column, then pumping will discontinue. So in order to avoid this, the acceleration head, which can be changed, should be limited. So as this depends on the speed, there is a limitation to the operating speed. It is the minimum speed. So during delivery stroke, there is a possibility of separation which may cause by the layout of the delivery pipe. Two alternatives are shown in figure 7. The first method is to have a horizontal bend at the pump level and then to have a vertical line. So case 1, case 2. Yeah. So ano the alternatives? The first method is to have ito, case 1, horizontal bend at the pump level, then have vertical line. In this case, separation is avoided at the bend. Sa discharge to the bend, the column of water above it exerts a pressure above 2.5 meters absolute. Yeah, may exerts ng force. In the second arrangement, the pressure at the bend is given by SETM minus HED, and this may be below 2.5 meters of water. Hence, the preferred arrangement is to have horizontal bend immediately after the pump. So, dapat dito yung horizontal bend after the pump. So, example number 4. A single acting reciprocating pump of 200 mm longer diameter and 300 mm stroke length has a suction head of 4 meters. The suction pipe diameter is 110 mm length and is 9 meters long. So the pressure at the beginning of the suction should be above 2.5 meters water column absolute to avoid separation. Determine the highest speed at which the pump can operate. Wait, So given, plunger diameter D is 200 mm or 0.2 meters. Stroke 2R is 300 mm or 0.3 meters. Suction pipe diameter DS is equal to 110 mm or 0.11 meters. Length of suction pipe LS is 9 meters. Pressure at the beginning of suction stroke is 2.5 meters absolute. Required highest speed at which the pump can operate. Solution. At the beginning the pressure required is 2.5 meters. This equals the difference between the absolute pressure and the sum of suction and accelerating head. Then H is equal to H eta M minus HS minus HAS. 2.5 is 10.3 minus 4 minus HAS. SA is equal to 3.8 meters. HAS equal to L over G times A over A omega squared R. So A over D is equal to pi over 4 D squared over pi over 4 DS squared magiging DS squared over D squared over D sub S squared. The substitute 3.8 is equal to 9 over 9.81 times 0.2 over 0.11 squared times omega squared times 0.15. So solver for omega squared is 8.353. So omega is 2.89 radians per second. Okay. So this is now the highest. C minus 2. Okay. Pag tumaas yung pag bumaba to, pag tumaas to, so magiging less than 2.5 yon. Highest speed at which the pump can operate. So omega is 2 pi n over 60 n is 60 omega over 2 pi is equal to 60 times 2.89 over 2 pi is 27.6 RPM. So it's the answer. So I think yung question dito is the minimum. Kasi ang topic is minimum. Ano bang problem tong example niya? Okay. Example nila. So, minimum speed kasi di ka na pwedeng tama, okay. Highest. Hindi ka na pwedeng tumaas. Pag tumaas ka kasi dito, so tataas to. So, magiging less than 2.5. Okay. Hindi ko lang maano yung title ng topic niya. Minimum speed of rotation of crank. Okay, continue na lang. So, friction head. When air vessels are not fixed in a pump, the velocity variation of water in the cylinder is given by V is equal to double omega R sine of omega T. And the pipe, the velocity variation will be in the ratio of V sub is equal to A over A, omega R sine of WT is equal to WR sine theta. Friction head is FL is equal to FL over 2GD times A over A, omega R sine of theta squared. Then the maximum value of friction head is S of FL is equal to FL over 2GD times A over A omega R squared. Squared yung naka-enclose sa parentheses. At the beginning of the stroke, theta is equal to 0 degrees, SF 0. At the middle of the stroke, so dito baliktad. Dito naman sa maximum. SF is equal to maximum. At the end of the stroke, theta is 180 degrees, is SF is 0. Idadagdag mo rin to doon sa friction, sa mga head. Now, deflection head leads to another modification of the indicator diagram shown in figure 8, which SS equal to SD as static suction and delivery head. The pressure at various locations are indicated below. Suction head at the start, SS plus HES. Dito. Kasi 0 yung SF. At the middle position, S head, SS plus SFS. Suction na. Yan. Ganyan ang ano niya. Kasi wala namang HES, 0 yun. So at the end, SS minus HES. So dito naman sa delivery stroke, at the start, HT is equal to HAD. At the middle position, SD plus SF. At the end, HT is equal to HT minus HAD. Okay, check nyo yung, ingat kayo dyan. So it can be observed that deflection head increases the work done as seen by the increased area enclosed in the indicator diagram. Yan. The introduction of air vessel will reduce the friction work considerably. In order to calculate the work done, it will be desirable to calculate the average friction head. As the variation is parabolic, the average is found to be 2/3 of the maximum. So HF average is 2/3 of HF maximum. So the total head against which work is done equals HTO is equal to SS plus ST plus 2/3 of HF max S suction side plus 2/3 of SF max discharge sides or delivery side. The addition work due to friction is given by 2/3 Q rho G SFS plus SFG. Later, it will be seen that the use of air vessel causes the velocity in the pipe to be constant without fluctuation, and this reduces the work to overcome by friction. So, mawawala yan. So, air vessel. Air vessel is a strong closed vessel as shown in figure 9. So, tawag dito is mga expansion, kung closed type, pressurized closed expansion tank. Okay? Mga, ayan, diaphragm type. The top half contains compressed air and the lower portion contains water or the fluid being pumped. Air and water are separated by a flexible diaphragm which can move up or down depending on the difference in pressure between the fluid. So the air charged at the near total delivery pressure, suction pressure from the top and is sealed. Next is the rotary displacement pump. Naka-animation pala to. Okay. In order to avoid the complexity of construction and restriction on the speed of reciprocating pump, rotary positive displacement will have been developed. This can run at higher speed and produce moderate high pressure. These are very compact and can be made for very low delivery volumes. These are extensively used for pumping lubricants to engine parts and oil hydraulic control system. These are not suited for water pumping. Sometimes described in this section are gear pump, lobe pump, and vane pump. So, hindi yan pwede sa water pumping. Horilok oil lang. Gear pump. These are used more often for oil pumping. Gear pump consists of two, see the figure, identical mating gears and a casing. The gears rotate as indicated in the sketch. Oil is trapped in the space between the gear teeth and the casing. The oil is then carried from lower pressure or atmospheric pressure and is delivered to the pressure side. The two sides are sealed by meshing teeth in the middle. The maximum pressure that can be developed depends on the clearance and viscosity of the oil. The operation is fairly simple. One of the gear is the driving gear directly coupled to an electric motor or other types of drive. This pump should be filled with oil before starting. The sketch shows an external gear pump. There is also another type of gear pump called internal gear pump. This is a little more compact, but the construction is more complex and involved, and hence used in special cases where space is premium. Lube pump. This type is also popularized used with oil. The diagrammatic sketch of a lube pump is shown in figure 12. Okay? This is a 3-lube pump. So, dalawa yan, ha? So, there is a 3-lube pump. 2-lube pump, copy-paste ko lang naman itong ba't nagagero. 2-lube pumps are also possible. The gear teeth are replaced by lube. 2 lobes are arranged in a casing. As the rotor rotates, oil is trapped in the space between the lobe and the casing and is carried to the pressure side. Helical loops along the axis is used for operation. Oil is asked to be filled before starting the pump. Lube-type compressors are also in use. The constant contact between the lobes makes a leak-tight joint, preventing oil leakage from the pressure side. The maximum pressure of operation is controlled by the back leakage through the clearance. This type of the pump has a higher capacity compared to gear pump. Next, the vane pump. This is another popular type not only for oil but also for gases. A rotor is eccentrically placed in the casing as shown in figure 13. The rotor carries sliding vanes in a slot along the length. The spring controls the movement of the vanes and keep them pressed on the casing. Oil is trapped between the vanes and the casing. As the rotor rotates, the trapped oil is carried to the pressure side. The maximum operating pressure is controlled by the back leakage. So this is the end of this topic.